All right, so this week we will start in Unreal Engine. Um, the reason why we're starting in Unreal Engine is because um, real time rendering is the magic word nowadays. You can have something done immediately instead of waiting. You probably noticed when you were rendering in Maya, you would put a texture on an object and change it and have to wait for the render to see how it actually look with the lighting and everything else. So that obviously takes time. So from watching that video you just watched about the Mandalorian, you can see how real-time rendering is the new thing that everybody wants. No more waiting for renders. You can put the actors right in front of a screen and have the camera move and the environment react to the movement of the camera, as you saw on the short. Like right there, you can see how the camera is moving and it's updating the environment. So it's it's magical pretty much. You don't have to be in front of a green screen anymore like on the old movies, which used to be pretty annoying. Like the actors were tired of working in front of green screens and not really being able to perceive the environment. It makes a big difference in the on the acting. The other thing is that lights reflected on surfaces like the helmets of the Mandalorian or anything metal on your objects will reflect directly from the screen. So I don't know if you heard, but the school recently got one of those screens too. So I have it here. Let's see where did it go. Right here. So Salt Lake Community College also got one of those LED screens. It's not as massive as ILM. It doesn't go all the way around, but it's curved and it's huge as far as height, and it's fairly wide. So if you're going into film, you might be actually using it. There is a couple of things though, yeah, that you need to take care of before we get started with this. For working in Unreal, you will need to create your own account. This account is just like if you were playing Epic games. So when you download the Epic Games launcher, you'll have to create your account first with Epic Games, and then this window will show up the launcher. Um, this library is mainly for games, so if you were going to play with games. But we're not concerned about games, we are worried about the engine. So we want to use the engine, so we'll open this. And in here you'll see, news and other things like that. What we want is to download the engine if and launch it from here. If you don't see it over here, I have mine here and the other versions I still have. You can go to this library, not the game library, but this library up here. And in here it says what engine version you have on your computer. If you don't have the latest one, you can hit the plus sign and it will show you if there's a new one and you can install it. They are fairly big, and projects are also pretty big. So they can get up to 60, 100 gigabytes per project. So just be careful with it. Just letting you know, you'll need space on your computer. You may need to get a separate hard drive. So you can launch the engine from up here, or if for some reason the internet's not working or your Wi-Fi is off, or like the other day when the Amazon servers went down, you couldn't launch Unreal from here, but you can still launch your project from the documents. So most of the time, the projects will be saved on your documents. I just put mine in a different drive so they don't use so much space on my OneDrive that launches Windows. But you will see an Unreal folder on your documents, and then inside of it your projects. And if you wanted to open the project from here, you just open it and click on this symbol. It will open your project if you don't have internet. Also, if you wanted to copy your project to another computer, you would copy the whole folder. You would just bring this whole folder to school or to your mom's computer or somebody else's, you would copy the whole folder, but you would open it from here if you don't have internet access. It will still work and open. So that's what you need to get going first. You will see down here, I'll show you a library of your projects, and below a library of all the assets you've acquired from. There's a marketplace from Unreal. It's called the Fab Market, and we will be using that also. So you will also have to log in on it, and you can log in with the same account you log into Epic Games. This will let you download assets. There's a lot of free assets here. We'll be using a lot of them, so you can put a level together really fast without having to model anything. I guess you could model something. The point of us learning Substance Painter and learning to model first is so if you need something, you can model it from scratch. You already model a little truck, then a little environment, then well, you copied one environment, then you model your own, right? And then you took those to Substance Painter, which does realistic textures. So if you needed something different in your environment, you could model it from scratch, and you could make it look realistic if you wanted to. But for the purpose of this class, we're just gonna skip to using assets, because you don't need to reinvent the wheel every time, right? Let's say I need a wheel here. I'm gonna look for one, and there's a bunch of them already made, right? And you don't have to buy anything. You can say price and say only show free products, and it will show you all the free wheels that you can use in your project without having to model everything from scratch, right? So if you had a truck that's on the background, you need to put it there, and you need a wheel for it, you could just download this instead of having to model everything from scratch. Which is, I mean, it's nice if you want to make a stylized project and you want everything from scratch. But if it's just you, or if you're in a hurry, you have another option, and you don't have to technically reinvent the wheel again. Okay, so I will see you in the next video, and we'll talk about how Unreal works and the interface.